It is the homemade broadcast. It is episode 546. My name is Will Kuncz. Welcome to the program, Anna Hummel.
I am here.
You are here. Thanks for being here.
On time. I've been pretty good.
Oh, you've been great. Early.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact.
Yeah, that's what I do now. This is the new me.
I love it. I love it. Welcome to the program. God, my face is so fat. I have to do something about that.
Well, it's because you got a haircut.
Yeah, I did get a haircut. I got a comment that I always love the comments, and now I'm maybe just a little more sensitive to the fact that I look awful. But you get I love the YouTube comments are always very nice, mostly 90% of them. And there was one that goes, "Hey, love the show, love Will. Looks like Cartman." Good to see Anna. I was like, son of a gun. So that was very humbling experience. So I went and got my hair cut, hoping that maybe it'll make me look a little slimmer in the face. And it turns out that it didn't do that at all.
If anything, it would do the worse. Yeah. Because when you got less hair, and I feel like everything else,
That's right. Right. I was telling you before the show about my hair cutting experience, and I get maybe 4 haircuts a year because I don't really care about that stuff. Some men get it like
once a week.
Well, yeah.
Once every other week.
Yeah.
Those men are a little different. Usually.
They are Puerto Rican is what you meant. Yeah.
They want the sharp angles.
That's right.
The fade.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
I do get
look fresh.
Looks
they
good.
Look fresh every week.
Sure.
But
I don't really care. So I usually get a haircut maybe, I don't know, once a quarter generally. And I've been going to this barber shop that's around the corner here from my home. And every time I go in, there's women in the barber shop cutting men's hair.
Like Lady Jane's?
It's not Lady Jane's, but it might as well be. There was the last few times I went into my local one across the basically across the street. Mm-hmm. There was a very frumpy, very nice, but very frumpy, middle-aged broad in there. And I got my haircut once in there from this guy. He did a good enough job where I was like, all right. It's a little crooked, I noticed, but I was like, at least he's a guy. So
may I? Do you want to finish the story, or can I interject with a question comment?
You can interject.
What is wrong with a female barber?
I mean,
let it out.
There's certain things.
Is it like a male gynecologist where you're just like
kind of a little bit?
Like, I know you can do the job, but like I don't want to fart in your face.
Exactly. There is something like that. No, it's not quite as invasive and intimate as that, but it's something along those lines. It's just like, I'm sorry, but if I go to see a doctor, I want, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, I want someone who kind of looks like me, but older. You know what I mean? I don't really want to go to a chick doctor. Yes. Old Cartman is basically what I want out of my doctor. Maybe and hopefully in better health, I would hope, if he's a doctor. But I don't know why. I mean, obviously it's a bias that I have, but I don't feel like it's unfounded either. It's just personal preference.
Is it more of a comfortability thing, or is it the male barbers do a better job, or is it just yes to all the above?
Yeah, I don't know if exactly I can place it exactly, but I just feel like if I'm going to a barber shop, I feel like it's just been like it's nothing. I think it's nothing sacred. It's just like I think historically barber shops have been just, a guy with a mustache that cuts your hair. You can kind of maybe do if you have that sort of relationship with your barber, you can maybe do some locker room talk. If a girl's in there, maybe you want to watch your language a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just kind of like like an Elks Lodge or something, the same concept.
I have potentially a solution for you.
Okay.
Have you ever thought about maybe venturing to like South St. Pete?
Well,
it will be a male barber, but you also might get shy.
Yeah.
So that's the risk you run. Would you ever go to like a black barber shop sort of a thing?
I mean, would I? No. Have I? Borderline.
You're like, no.
I've been to some that were borderline.
Okay.
I remember the old barber I used to go to, I think he's in jail now, was a guy, and he said something about I think it was the MLK parade or something. He was a Puerto Rican guy, and he was like, he was talking about the parade. He's like, "Are you going?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Good. Don't go down there. You will get messed up if you go down." I'm like, "Wait, what?" What? I'm just trying to get a haircut.
As he gave you the Hitler Youth
yes,
cut
exactly.
of the day.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I want to go somewhere close to home. I want to support local business. There is one down the road that's like beers and brews and fades or something. But it's like
it's a franchise, or is it a mom
I think
and
it's
pop?
a mom and pop, and it's like they give you a craft beer. I don't really want that experience.
I don't want a gimmick when I get my hair done.
Yeah, I don't want to drink a beer while I'm getting in the beer that I'm drink. Like, I don't want that.
That's disgusting.
I don't know if that's what they do or not. Maybe they probably give it to you while you're waiting for your cut. But I also want to get in and get out. Like, I don't want it to be
which is
hours
crazy
long.
because you're an alcoholic.
Yeah.
But even you have boundaries.
That's right.
You know.
That's right. Yeah. So I just feel like, I want somewhere quick, easy, cheap. That's another factor. Those places that are gimmicky like that are always
more expensive.
Way more expensive.
Now, I'm going to guess, you got a haircut yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to guess your haircut was before tip $14.99. And maybe you added maybe $20 even.
Well, I'll tell you, I can tell you this, Anna. Before I went to the barber shop, I was going to try a new place because I was trying to find a man barber. I stopped at a Publix and hit the Presto machine. And I can tell you this, that I took $20 out of the ATM to pay for the haircut with tip is what I was expecting. Unfortunately, in Joe Biden's economy, that's very good, by the way. It's excellent. Nobody say otherwise. It's really good. You just don't know it because you're dumb. It was, and it was a little bit more. It was actually the haircut itself was a 20 spot. And then you had to add tip. And I was like, uh-oh. So wait, let me backtrack just a minute because I went to a new shop to find my man barber. And
to find me a man.
To find a man to trim me up, make me look good.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk in and it's a god dang lady.
And it's just one person.
One lady in there.
Why didn't you just walk out?
I did. I actually did. I didn't even walk in. I saw her and I went, and I turned around, started going back to the car, and then I looked at the clock and I go, I don't have time. I gotta do this. And
it's now or never.
Yeah, I got a wedding to go to this weekend.
Oh, that's
so
right.
I have to do it today. So I bit the bullet and went in. And they were speaking a language that I did not understand.
What did this person look like? I know she was female.
Middle-aged, a little frumpy, but not like the other one.
Well, I mean the language we're trying to get to.
The language was, I found out later was Albanian.
Okay.
Albanian lady barber.
Okay.
So she first of all, she goes, what kind of cut do you want? I got to make sure I can do. I go, I don't know, just like a 2. I don't know, nothing crazy. Because you don't want skin? No, I don't think so. She went, okay, I can do. And I go and I sit down with her. And she was very nice. She's talking a lot of Albanian to some lady who was just coming around, just like sweeping up every time some hair fell down. That's like, and weird. She stopped, then she would come and like sweep. It was a little weird.
Just wait till it's all done.
Only spoke Albanian. Yeah, didn't speak any English, which makes me feel uncomfortable just because I don't know what they're saying.
Sure.
They're like, this man looked like Eric Cartman from South Park. I kind of got Japanese a little bit. Sorry about that.
That's straight out of a Seinfeld episode, but it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She was worried that the Koreans were talking bad about her, which they in fact were.
Yeah.
And she invites George's father, who was in the Korean War and spoke Korean, to come with her while she got her nails done, and then he goes off on them.
Oh, that's funny.
Hilarious.
That's good.
But yeah, all right.
So yeah, obviously you're thinking it's a normal thing.
Yeah,
to think
yeah.
That if you don't understand,
talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so she does it up, and I gotta admit she did a good job.
She did a great job.
I'm happy with the cut. You're
just not happy with your face.
Well, my face is a whole other.
But that's not her fault.
That's not her fault. It's not. So it got kind of uncomfortable because I'm like, I might want to come back to this lady now because she did a good job. She might be my once, 3 times a year that I get a haircut. I might go see the Albanian lady. So I asked her, do you take card? Do you have Venmo or anything? And I did find out that she could take a card. So I still have the 20 spot from the Presto machine.
Yeah.
And I gave her a 20% tip.
Okay.
So that's good, right?
That's $24?
$24.
Yeah.
Total
that's
for a
nice.
haircut. Not bad. Not bad. Was that I feel like that might have been a boring story. But I think the main principle that I was trying to convey is that why are women in barbershops?
How did you find out she was Albanian? Let's start there.
She asked me, something about
like how you feel about
certain nationalities.
How do you feel about North Macedonia? You're like, she's
gross.
Like, right.
Eastern Europe, garbage. No, I'm just kidding. She said something about it, and I said, yeah, I got to go to a wedding this weekend. And I was saying, I got to go to an Indian wedding. So it's kind of like a long ceremony. She's like, oh, in Albania. And then she started talking about the weddings in Albania. I don't know if you know this. According to this lady, they last a week. You just like eat and drink, and then you have the wedding on that Sunday, 7 days.
I don't know much about Albania, but I do know that when I lived in Detroit, Michigan, they were scary folk.
Yeah.
They are scary. They are very mafia-esque.
A
lot of of the bouncers were giant Albanian men.
Yep.
And I was very afraid of them. Very afraid of the Albanians.
Albania is okay, so it's near North Macedonia. I was trying to find out where it was. It looks like it's a beautiful country, beautiful land.
Yeah, you got a lot of coastline.
Yeah. Okay, so it's so it's across to the east of Italy. I didn't really know. Oh, and just above Greece too. So it's
borders North Macedonia, which I referenced in my joke.
And Kosovo, if you believe that that's a state. I don't know where you stand on that. But okay. So I didn't know where Albania was. So I don't know. I guess I got a new lady barber that I'll be frequenting at least a couple times a year.
Right. But you were saying why are women in men's spaces is the question I feel like you were going
that's expanding it a little bit. Are you talking about like public bathrooms now?
No.
Are you going that far?
I'm not saying like private male spaces. I'm just saying like typically male spaces. Now there's women infiltrating and it's like, damn,
Well, like I said, it feels like, just is nothing sacred. It just felt like, when you were going to a barber, there's just a certain, I'm sure that you've been to a barbershop with your dad or something when you were a kid and like, you've never been.
No, I know barbershops from movies. My dad never went to a barbershop. He just went to like
your dad had a Flowbee. One of those Flowbee vacuum things that you cut your own hair with.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
What? You don't know what a Flowbee is?
No.
Oh
but my dad would just go to Fantastic Sam's or Supercuts. Like he didn't go to a barbershop. Yeah.
And now I got to show you a Flowbee here.
I don't know what it.
I hope we don't get a strike for this.
What the?
Yeah, I can't believe you've never seen this before.
That's just a vacuum.
Hold on, let me pull it up so everybody else can see it too here. And we're gonna share this tab instead.
That would cut your hair?
Yeah.
Oh, the Flowbee precision hair cutting system. Get that freshly sucked hair you've always dreamed of without leaving the house. You can suck your whole family. Mom,
I think this might be a spoof, but it's essentially what it was. I mean, it was a vacuum / it had a little razor in there, and I wouldn't get the hair.
The dead ends, maybe, or just
trim. Just a little trimmer.
Yeah, that actually doesn't look bad if that's for real.
Yeah,
but
I know
pillow pants.
We did get a super chat. Thank you. Super chats are working. Pillow pants. Will looks like an Albanian club owner now. Great. That's better than Eric Cartman. So I appreciate that pillow. That's very nice. Yes. And by the way, you can leave super chats. We do have those. All you got to do is go through YouTube and you can do that. And proceeds will be I can't cash out until it gets to a certain amount. So we got a while to go. But once that does happen, you'll be receiving a Venmo payment on it.
Awesome.
And I feel like this is a good time to also mention that Venmo is available too. If you don't want to go through Rumble or Facebook or whatever, it's Will Kuncz, and half of that goes to Anna as well. We do have a Substack that's available, hmbradio.substack.com. You'll get the show early. You won't have to wait till Sunday. If you missed the live stream, we do live stream Radio St. Pete and podcast listeners Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Podcast gets released Sundays at midnight. So you can do that. Yeah, hmbradio.substack.com. I would encourage you to head over there. But anyway, Anna.
Yeah.
I know that you're very...
Ladies, stay away from the barbershops, okay?
Did we get an answer before I move on in the subject matter?
You want me to make a ruling on it? Or what do you mean? Well,
Any other thoughts, I guess.
No, I mean, I kind of get it. You know, it's like a male hair. It's just like they know what they like. They know what looks good on men. It's the same way where, like, if I was in a dressing room getting ready for a wedding, whether I was the bride or bridesmaid, and like some guy was trying to help me out, I'd be like, you don't know what it's like to have, I mean, neither do I know what it's like to have breasts, but hips or a butt problem or cellulite. You just want someone that can kind of relate to you. Yeah. Like, has this woman ever gotten a fade? Does she know what it looks to have a fresh, tight fade?
No, she does not. And I know that she could, she obviously knows what she's doing.
Sure,
she did an okay job, but I don't know. It's just, I think traditionally it's been, barber shop is a place where guys get their hair cut. Right. It's not the salon. I mean, there's no law against it, but it's just,
Listen, I get it. And if you're going to Lady Jane's because you want a pretty girl to cut your hair, I get that. But when the intention is like, I just want a dude to cut my hair, and then there's like Helga.
Is Lady Jane's hot ladies that cut your hair?
I mean, I think that's what they advertise. I don't know if they follow through on that.
Oh boy, now I gotta look this up.
You're gonna be going to Lady Jane's every week now.
Yeah, let's check it out.
I think that's the branding. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're 10s.
Like, what are we talking about?
But I think that they're like certainly better than average women.
Okay.
I think they're a lot of kind of punk rock looking chicks with tattoos.
Okay.
I think that's the brand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I like that.
Like that one. She's very attractive. She's got a sleeve.
That's not a good picture. Let's see if I can find one that's a little bigger to show. Lady Jane. Okay, yeah. This is a type.
Brand.
This is a type of chick.
A lot of makeup. Very processed hair. That sort of look.
Let me get that pulled up so people can see here. Yeah, there we go. See these types of chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid 7/8. You know what I mean?
I like that.
That's good.
I do like those. Those are some of my favorites.
That's like the bread and butter of America right there.
Sure is.
You know what I mean? Like a hot chick, but not too hot.
Not too hot.
Because they're very high maintenance and often not very nice people.
That's right.
So.
Wow. Well, maybe I'll try Lady Jane's next. I don't know. No, I won't. All right. Let's get back to the program here, Anna. Locally, I mean, I know you don't care about sports, but this is kind of a big story, countywide, if not for the state. So about the Tropicana Field disaster.
Can we get a refresher on that? Is it that the tarp blew off the top and it was all tattered up, or this is?
Well, yes. So a direct circumstance of that was that the Rays had a new stadium that was going to be built within the next few years, and it was going to be like this huge, $1 billion project, making like a living quarters for people, apartments, and like a mall.
Yeah, and like, this was way before the hurricane, right? This was like plans they had years ago.
Yes, and a few months ago, there was a done deal. Rays are staying in Tampa Bay, and it was they finally got the stadium debacle done because it's just been ongoing pretty much since the Rays have been here in the Tampa Bay area.
May I ask you a question?
Sure.
A question a Jewish person might ask.
Right.
How much does this cost? And I'm assuming it's costing taxpayers money.
That's right. I think that, and if you want real numbers, I would suggest researching it yourself. But I was listening to a podcast today. The Rays really aren't paying for this at all, nor is Major League Baseball, from what I can tell. I think the Rays paid for the planning and the something like the plans and stuff like that.
So the blueprints?
Yeah, and they were very expensive. I mean, it was like
They paid
more
for
than
the
you think.
renderings,
More than you think. It was like $150 million.
but they're not paying for any of the Home Depot supplies.
They're not paying for any of the supplies or the actual guys to come out there and build, because it was going to be like supposedly a economic boon to the area. It was supposed to, like I said, there's going to be apartments. There's going to be
What do you mean apartments?
shopping, like actual apartments.
Like the players are going to live there, or what do you mean?
No, it was good. You could live there if you're poor, but if you had money, like anybody could live there.
So this is like a whole like village,
kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
yes.
the stadium is like the center, the hub. Okay.
Right. So they were gonna. I mean, many blocks of St. Petersburg they were gonna redevelop with this new, mega complex stadium. I think it was $1.1 billion, and the county was on the hook for like, I think St. Pete was something like 250 million or something in taxpayer money, and then the county was gonna cover the rest. And they were going to issue some bonds, I guess, for the other 750 million. And this is all over my head. Don't ask me what that means. I mean, I know what a bond is. It's where you get money now and then you pay it off later.
I'm financially.
Yeah, I know.
AR.
Gotcha. But so it was a done deal. They got it all figured out. Then what happened was the hurricane came through, ripped the roof up.
Well, which one?
The Milton. Yeah,
yes.
the one that ripped the roof up, because they were going to play there the next few seasons. And then in 2028, I believe it was, they were going to be opening this new super, stadium complex. And so they couldn't play there anymore, obviously. And it was going to cost $55 million to fix the stadium. They opted not to do that. The Rays decided to play at Steinbrenner Field.
Which is kind of in the meantime. I know where that is. It's across the street from Ray J.
That's
it's
right.
Where the spring training Yankees.
For the Tampa Tarpons
play.
That's right. That's right. We've been there. And there was an election that also took place during that time.
For the president, among
but
other
also
things.
other things, including apparently Pinellas County commissioners were voted upon. We get 2 new members on the committee or the council. I don't understand, and I guess they're not big fans of this plan for the Rays and issuing the bonds. So now they're like, we don't know if we want to do this now, but it was like a done deal. Like,
how do you renege on that?
I don't know how they can. I mean, it seems like it was all agreed upon, and I know there's two new people there, but it was kind of in the past
signed and
in the past session this happened. So I don't know how they're like backing out on the deal now. But now, we don't really know what's going to happen. People are heated. I love this story. Commissioner for the Pinellas County was threatened by a teen. And he said that he was going to blow his head off over the new Rays stadium deal.
Meaning that he wanted it built and
let's learn together.
Canceled. All right.
A 17-year-old boy was arrested over the weekend for threatening to kill a Pinellas County commissioner, according to the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. The Clearwater teen threatened 42-year-old Chris Latvala through a social media comment on X, formerly known as Twitter, on a post about the new Rays stadium. The tweet said, "I live 5 minutes from him. I'm going to go to his house and blow his head off with my short-barreled," the teen wrote. According to officials, the teen tagged Latvala in the comment, who then reported it to law enforcement. The teen turned himself in to detectives at a Pinellas County Juvenile Assessment Center and was charged with 1 count of written threats to kill. I didn't know that was a crime.
Yeah, I guess
I've threatened to kill people on Twitter. I thought that's what Twitter was for, threatening people's lives.
You're not supposed to tag them, though.
That's probably where he went wrong. And I would say that
because then they alert the authorities.
Right. And especially if it's if it's just a layman, pleb like the rest of us, then you can kind of like report the comment to Twitter, but Elon doesn't care anymore.
No.
So he's not going to get you in trouble. You might lose your account in the old days, but if you're a politician and you're threatening politicians, especially local ones, like I think you could tell Donald Trump to, go stick a shotgun somewhere and, or
Isn't that different than
AOC.
saying like I'm gonna shoot you versus like you should go shoot
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He did say I was going to do it, but I feel like he could get away with it just because just because their comments are all flooded anyways. Like, what are the chances they're actually going to see it because they're actually popular? But a local county commissioner who probably has 1,000 followers is going to see that.
Oh, certainly.
And now you're in some trouble. So there's been a lot of like crazy. They had a fair that was right down the road here.
Did you go?
I did
Why?
on like a Thursday night. Because I wanted to experience my culture here in rich Pinellas Park.
What is that?
Carnival rides, carnival food,
That's your culture?
local. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's my community.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But I mean, it was just like a fun little small fair. They had carnival rides and like bands that were terrible, but they were fun to watch. They were like, you wouldn't like it.
I don't like anything.
I'll tell you.
I'm trying to force myself to be someone I'm not. And quite frankly, I'm sick of it.
I mean, I'll tell you what helps. And this wouldn't appeal to you, but beers. You get a few beers.
Or bourbons before you go.
Yeah, or have a little shot ski or something beforehand. And you have more fun that way.
I think I don't know if you have more fun. It's more palatable, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't like crowds anymore. I don't like loud music anymore. Even if it's a band I like, I'm like, can you guys turn it down a little? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not fun anymore, clearly.
I don't know either. So there was it was packed for we went on like a Thursday night. It was like the first night. Absolutely packed, like in a neighborhood back behind Park Boulevard at a church, at the Sacred Heart Catholic Church there. I guess they do like a festival a few times a year. And I'm looking at my community, the people that were there, and I'm going, I gotta move. We should move.
Why?
It was just,
Tell
just
Radio St. Pete.
I just felt like I stuck out like a sore thumb. I know it's classist, but it was just
classist.
Yeah.
You stuck out because you were so high class? What are you, royalty? Did you
no.
come in your Tyrion purple robe?
No.
Like, I just don't fit in with these peasants.
No. There was a lot of children there, like unaccompanied. I can't say that.
Unaccomplished children.
Unaccomplished children. That too. I could just tell it was like, this is going to be in it. Like, it's crazy tonight and it's going to be an issue.
Did you feel like there were a lot of migrants in attendance?
No, there was a lot of natives from Pinellas Park and maybe outlying areas. Maybe some from St. Pete scurried in, maybe a few from Largo. There was a mixing. Pinellas Park's the city moniker is Simply Centered, okay? Because it's right in the center of Pinellas County. So you can go anywhere. Everything's pretty much the same distance from each other. And it's a fair on a Thursday night. People love fairs.
They do.
And there we go. Well, it's not that far. It's in Pinellas Park. So maybe some St. Petersburg people came over. Maybe some Largo people came over. Seminole stayed away. Bel Air Bluff stayed away. So it was all
you're getting a lot of what I'm putting together. Would you say there was a lot of riffraff? Is that what you're trying to say?
It seemed like it a little bit. What I just like I said verbatim, it's going to be a problem over the weekend. You could just tell the tension was palpable. There was just people
like there's going to be a shooting.
Well, I can tell you this:
you should shoot back.
That over the weekend at that fair in Pinellas Park, there was a story of someone who yelled "gun" very loud, and the police had to clear out the whole thing. And apparently, it was some rivals from rival high schools that were fighting and causing some problems.
So basically, it's turned into Ybor. It is Ybor City,
pretty much.
Yeah.
But with I guess it was youths causing the problems in Ybor too. Youths.
Oh, youths. Yes.
Children.
Yes.
Below the age of
15.
Yeah.
Not good. Well,
not good.
I'm glad you'll be leaving town.
I hope that, yes, I will. I just hope that kids go back to threatening each other on Twitter instead of yelling gun at a crowded Sacred Heart Community Church event.
Yeah, keep the threats online only.
Online only,
Don't
guys.
bring them out to the real world. Please, no thank you.
Yeah. So what we'll do, Anna, is we'll bid adieu to Radio St. Pete and podcast listeners. If you're on the live stream at Wednesday at 6 p.m., which I see a few of you are, great to have you, then great. And I hope you'll join. Well, not next week, because I'm celebrating a very big birthday.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going out of town. So it's my 40th birthday on Monday. Yeah, it's crazy. So Radio St. Pete, hopefully you'll join us live on Wednesdays and you get the extra bonus uncensored content. That's going to be fun. If you want to send a birthday greeting on Venmo, it's Will Kuncz. I'll still split that with Anna.
No, not for your birthday.
No, I'm gonna.
All right,
I'm gonna. It's part of the show. So, we'll talk to you. Otherwise, we'll talk to you next week on Radio St. Pete and podcast, hmbradio.substack.com. If you want the audio only edition, completely uncensored, and the full 1 hour, that'd be great. So thank you and goodbye, freeloaders. And we're back.
We're back.
Just like that.
You know what I did? I don't know if I feel like you've probably done this because I feel like you're more in the know when it comes to trends online. I saw a video about Googling a certain type of dinosaur. You know what I'm talking about? Someone was like, you should look up a dinosaur that has 500 teeth. Have you done that?
That sort of sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Maybe you should Google what dinosaur has 500 teeth.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Is it going to put me on a watch list?
I wouldn't broadcast it. Okay. Yeah. So it's like, yeah.
Okay. So it's a joke.
Yeah. So I was like, what's this? Wait, no, go up. You do it. Don't say the joke part. Yeah. Okay. Take away joke.
All right.
Yeah. And then just hit enter.
Oh, all right. That's not, I don't like that one bit. Inappropriate. I don't like those kind of jokes. I got to be honest.
So I'm like, maybe I should look that up. And then I did. And I'm like, oh, oh dear.
Yeah. How did you hear about that?
Online. I was watching like Instagram and some African-American guy told a white guy that he should look it up and to film himself doing it. So he did it. He started laughing. And then I did it. And then I had this look on my face. I was like, oh,
it is. It really, it's probably, I think what it is, it's probably from the land of Niger. Yeah, that's what it is. Because that word has 2 G's. The one that you're thinking of. That's in your head right now. Thank you, Garrett. Best Thanksgiving meal, bourbon on the rocks with cranberry. Okay. I'm in for that. I'll leave out the ice and the cranberry, but other than that, I couldn't agree with you more, my friend. Bourbon on the rocks with
cranberry? Isn't that just a bourbon cranberry?
No, because it's not the juice. It's just like a little accoutrement on there to be festive.
Oh, like put like an actual.
Yeah, put like a little sprig of cranberry on there.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, that sounds disgusting. Yeah, it is Thanksgiving too. Next week. What are you gonna do for Thanksgiving?
I got some plans. This is the first time in my life where I will be in charge of making some of the food.
Oh no.
Which is not good news for anybody
involved,
myself included, and all the participants that will be taking part in my Thanksgiving feast. I was really hoping that I could latch on to somebody else's plans. Someone who's maybe an avid cooker.
The Beaster, Johnny B. That's where we used to spend.
Yes. And here's the thing. It's not like anything is bad between us. I saw him a couple weeks ago at his comedy show. It just, I remember from last year, they said that they would be going to Georgia this year to spend time with Leah's family. So I didn't want to, be like, hey, what are you doing? So I just was kind of holding off, waiting to get invited because I was like, it'll happen. And then the boyfriend was like, hey, do we have any plans for Thanksgiving? And it was one of those like, oh, yeah. What do you have in mind?
What do you got?
What do you have in mind? No. I don't want to commit.
Do you have plans? No. Oh, you don't have plans? No. I mean, no. Whatever you're going to say, no.
Exactly. So he said, well, I was thinking that maybe we could do something and then invite my mother, which, by the way, I adore his mother. She's great. She's wonderful. But then that puts the responsibility on the the host, the female of the house that is hosting, usually most of the responsibility falls on that person, and I'm pretty green when it comes to cooking.
And you don't really eat. I mean, you eat. You do. I guess you do eat. You don't eat turkey. You don't eat meat. So like,
no,
I guess
so
the
it's gonna
big
be a
one,
vegetarian.
vegetarian.
Yeah, I feel bad because I'm like, listen, I'm sorry. I know you wanted to eat your ham or turkey or like sausage. What do you put in the stuffing? Like
breakfast sausage is great.
Or like you put it now. Now it's gonna be like you gotta use vegetable stock instead of chicken stock. Like I'm ruining it for everybody else.
Yeah.
But also, if I'm making the food, it's gonna be food I can eat. So
yeah.
you know.
Well, have you thought about? Or it's just the three of you. I guess it wouldn't even like maybe you could pick up like we got this thing, we made it, and it was like this weird cut open turkey, and there was like dark meat, and it was like a swirl, almost like an ice cream cone, and it was like had dark meat and white meat. It was really good, and it was just kind of in a bag, and you just threw it in the oven.
I mean, that's not going to be my department. I'm not handling the meat.
Yeah.
But listen, I have this fantasy of the person that I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
It is a cultured person.
Yep.
I would love to be. I never wanted to be this, but I feel like now that I'm kind of not married, but I live a married life.
Yeah,
which is great. I like it a lot. But I want to be a domestic goddess. I want to be a badass jujitsu practitioner. I have like this fantasy of what I could be, where I'm just like really feminine and also can be like one of the guys. Like I can do it all, but I can't do it all.
Mm-hmm.
I am never going to be that person that enjoys an art museum, despite how much art I shove down my throat I'm like, maybe I'll be inspired. No, maybe I'll be that person that can go camping, fuck yeah, I can shit in a bag or whatever they do. No, I don't want to do that. I hate bugs. I don't want to be there. And now it's like the next frontier is I would love to be a domestic goddess. I see these women online where, they're like super fit, super hot, super cool, and they cook, and they're just like, wife me up, bitch. And I'm like, fuck, I would like to wife you up.
Yeah.
But I hate cooking. I hate everything about it. I hate the preparation. Then you have to wait. Then it takes 7 minutes to eat it.
It depends. I mean, it depends on what you're cooking, though. It's not everything's like that.
What do you mean?
Some things take no time at all to cook.
To find no time. I put salad in a bag and we're eating 2 minutes later. I like that.
Well, I mean, like, you eat eggs, right? So
Yes.
eggs are pretty easy. A lot of things are easy.
I mean, it's easy, but it takes time, takes preparation, and that's just not my game. And I feel like this is true. My kitchen sucks. So I don't feel very inspired. There's not a lot of kitchen space. If I had just like a beautiful island in the middle that was always clean, I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's tear it up. But it's not. I got a succulent in the way. I have some herbs we're growing in the way. It's a mess.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is.
So if you aren't really keen on cooking, I feel like what you should do then is hit up a Publix and get their ready-made sides. And then you're good to go. I mean, you can cheat and do the thing where you put it in your own container so people think you made it.
Oh, no, I don't care about that at all. I just feel like I need to step up to the challenge, sort of a thing, so that I know that I can do it.
Okay, so this is more for you.
This is more of a challenge.
And what are you going to make?
Vegetables.
What kind?
The traditional Thanksgiving vegetables.
Like what? What's traditional Thanksgiving vegetables?
It's one of those. Here, this is what you do. If you want to fallify stuff, make it kind of like autumn-esque, you got to throw like maybe savory vegetables, and then you put like a Granny Smith, and you cut up the Granny Smith amongst
some nutmeg,
maybe that, and then you put the salt and pepper, maybe some garlic, and then you like throw in some honey.
Okay,
you know what I mean, to kind of give it that fall
Sounds
sort of
right.
sweet and savory sort of thing.
I mean, have you Googled like fall vegetable?
Yeah, I saw something online where it was like a sheet vegetable thing.
Yeah.
So I was like,
roasted veggies.
Yeah, I could do that. Just kind of a good, nice side.
Classic.
Yeah. And then there's this. We got a box of stuffing where it's like you just need water and oil or whatever. I didn't read it yet, and so I can use that to guide me through the stuffing process.
Yeah, I mean, you just read the directions. That stuff that's boxed is really, really simple. I mean, you literally just do what they say, and it's no problem. The potatoes, I mean, like, I appreciate people that are going and, boiling peeling them, boiling them, putting the butter and the sour cream, whatever you want in there and making your own, blending it up. Like, I appreciate that a lot, but it's just not necessary. We've reached the pinnacle of what potatoes can do, and I feel like you can get them at a pouch for $1.19 and you just put some hot water in there and stir it up and they're pretty dang good.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I've heard from not just you.
It's hard to justify going through all that work.
Yeah.
Because they are just, I mean, it's
better instant.
It's not better, but it's good.
Comparable. And not worth the extra effort and
it's
time.
so much easier.
Yeah.
So much easier.
So what are you doing for Thanksgiving other than turning 40?
Yeah, 40 on Monday. That's going to be a tough day.
Let's talk through that because you're probably feeling anxious, uncomfortable, scared, afraid. Old,
yeah, I mean, I felt that way the past 40 years too, but yeah.
Lame, pleb, stupid.
Yeah.
Like that. That's probably how you're feeling.
I feel like maybe the day of I might be like, oh man. But I feel okay now. I feel like I've been 40 for 5 years. So I'm okay, What are you looking at?
You felt 40 for 5 years.
Yeah, like somewhere around 5 years.
Your body is starting to fail you.
Yep.
I even when we used to do this podcast, not so much now, but I remember when it was at your old place, I'd walk in and you'd have like a knee brace on and I'd be like, what happened? You go, I don't know. Like, what do you mean you don't know? Clearly you've sustained an injury. You're like, I don't know. I woke up and my knee hurt.
Yeah. I'm having like foot pain. Like I'm getting pain on top of my foot. I think I talked about it a few months ago where I couldn't walk. Top of my foot was so tender and
from wearing this like bad shoes.
Well, I don't know. It might be gout too. I don't know. Because my dad gets gout and he goes, sounds like gout to me.
Was it a big toe thing?
It wasn't in a big toe. It's like the top. It's the top of my, like sort of near my pinky toe. Those first 3 toes right on top towards the front.
Yeah.
Just under the toe is where I usually get it.
And
so under too.
More than once. This has happened.
Well, it happened to me last week again, but it didn't get out of hand like the last one did. Like I nipped it in the bud. I put my foot up and I did walk. We walked like 7 miles and I was wearing my Birkenstocks for 5 miles or something that day. We went to St. Pete and walked around and I just had Birkenstocks on. I didn't have good shoes on. So I thought maybe it was from that. I don't know.
Did you get drunk that day? Did you even feel a buzz?
I don't know.
I was pretty drunk.
Well, yeah. Well, you weigh 8 pounds.
Also, like I hadn't eaten much.
Yeah.
And so
I think you had like 3 drinks, right? You had 2.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But they were like pretty hefty White Claws.
I didn't really go crazy with drinks though. I just had beers.
And margarita.
And a margarita.
Didn't you have a bourbon?
I don't remember that.
Maybe you didn't, but I feel like
I don't think I did that day. Because I remember the day before I polished off a good amount. So taking her easy just with beers, to
remember that time you
recuperate.
spent $50 on a tequila shot?
I do remember that.
I'll never get over that.
I know.
I talked about it for like a week straight. I would tell these people like it's craziest thing.
You want to see? I have my bottle. I have my birthday bottle picked out. I'll show it to everybody.
Your birthday bottle?
Yeah.
You're gonna drink the whole bottle on your birthday?
I'm gonna open this special bottle.
Oh, okay.
Ah, my hip. Oh god.
Jesus Christ.
I have SI joint issues too. So this is my birthday bottle that I'm gonna be opening.
Can I see it?
For my birthday. This is the E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof. What batch is it? Yes, you can see it. It's kind of wrapped in plastic right now to avoid evaporation. Got it sent.
Avoid evaporation.
I guess I could.
Never worried about like
plastic now.
So this stuff evaporates if you leave it.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden it's full, and then a couple days later it's half full.
Yep. Exactly. Well, not that much, but it will. Let's see. Open this sucker up. Because this is the one. This is going to be tough. I bought this and it was very expensive. I bought it online.
Ooh, I want to guess.
Go ahead.
Oh, I need to take a look at it. I need to see the year.
You think the year is going to help you?
No, not at all. But it buys me some time.
Boy, they really wrapped this good. I appreciate that from this guy that I bought it from. Got a lot of plastic on it.
Damn, dude. Well, I don't hope it doesn't evaporate on you before you turn 40. I'm sorry, I didn't mean. I was happy to look at it inside the Saran wrap.
Ugh.
Be a man.
Ah.
Be a man.
Oh.
Oh, you're so strong.
Oh.
That looks weird.
Oh. There it comes. God. Ah. Oh. Jeez Louise. This better be worth the payoff. I tell you that much.
Let me see this. All right.
So it's a doesn't say.
Have you ever had this type before? So it could
I
be
have.
crap.
No, I've had it. I don't know if I've had that batch, but it's very good. It's one of my favorite ones that I've ever had.
Okay. I feel like 129 proof is very strong.
Yes. No, it's not very. I mean, yeah, it's.
I don't
there.
know.
Yeah, it's barrel proof. I mean, it's.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either. I'm gonna say that this bottle here was like $250.
It's a good guess. It's a good guess. This bottle here, Joe says. Let's look in there. 129. No. This one was like. Now I think Joe, if you were to find it in a store, which good luck, it would be about $129. I paid. I think it was $360.
What the? Why?
Because it's my birthday present to myself.
If you found it in a store, it would be $129.
Probably about.
But you went out of your way to pay 3 times that.
Well, I mean, it's called secondary. So I mean, like these are rarer bottles that you're probably not going to find in the store.
Where did you find it?
I found it. I have groups that I'm a part of that you can buy. It's not really. It's kind of frowned upon, but it is
the black market of alcohol.
Yeah, it's an online thing.
This is like the tour of alcohol.
There's groups. There's like Facebook groups that people sell. You're not supposed to sell, and you have to use code. And
did you pay with crypto?
No, I didn't pay with crypto.
This is like
paid with PayPal. But you just say
web sort of.
You just say it's for like pizza or something. You don't say what it's
so
actually
did you meet
for.
A masked man in a parking lot?
No, I got it shipped right to my home.
Oh,
it just showed up, and it's kind of like a high trust thing because I mean, obviously, if you rip somebody off, you're gonna get kicked out of the group because there's administrators, just like any other group.
What group? Like, is this is on the regular web, or did you?
Yes,
have to go
it's on a very popular social media site where you can. I think they know about it, but I think it's just don't get too explicit. This is why you got to use code. You can't mention dollars. Or,
you have to go. It's 360 roses.
It's kind of, yeah, very similar to that. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay.
So I bought that. This is when I had the other job too, so I had much more money, and they did an auction for this one, where it was kind of like you just, oh, there goes the light. We almost made it. So I won the auction. So then I had to, it's intimidating because I had to send a complete stranger a Venmo pretty much for the amount that I agreed and hope that it gets there.
And it did.
And it did. Great guy. That
was pretty good.
Who sent it to me, and his trick was, now you're not supposed to put liquid in when you ship things. You're supposed to declare what it is. Like you just say it's olive oil or something like that, but you're not supposed to send alcohol across state lines. It's a big no. If they found it, they would just confiscate it, but that would suck. So what he did was, it was kind of genius. In the box, obviously he wrapped it, and then this had a bunch of, packing peanuts around it for safety. And he put a box of Nerds in there, so it kind of made a sound. So it didn't sound like it was just like, sloshing liquid in there. So yeah, I'm really excited.
Free Nerds.
Yeah, I did. I got free Nerds too from that. So yeah, this is my special bottle. One of probably a few that I'm gonna open. I mean, this is a big one. 40 is like you're entering middle aged.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big one. 50 is a big one too, but I think not bigger than 40. 30 is a big one.
What do you
but
think?
Not
is
bigger
the
than
biggest?
40.
What do you think?
I think 40 is the one.
Really?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
I think 50 might be bigger, just because.
Oh,
it's
really?
like half a century.
Yeah, but
And
are you
you're-
gonna? I feel like you're like entering middle aged. Like,
Like
am I gonna
40?
live to 100? I don't think so.
No.
Am I
you
gonna live
sure.
till 80?
No, probably not.
I don't know.
Probably
I
not.
mean, maybe. I will say my grandparents lived into their 90s, so it's possible. And my grandmother got to the 80s, so it's possible. If I keep
But
up the
not
lifestyle,
probably.
I don't know what's
Yeah.
gonna happen. But I feel like 40 is the biggest birthday that you have.
Really?
Other than when you're a kid,
Sure.
13 is big, 16,
16,
18, 21. Those are big.
Yeah.
But
30
40,
40. Then it just starts to become every 10 years. Way to butcher the big
yeah,
ones.
pretty much. I mean, 30 is a big one too. I mean, but I feel like 40 is bigger. And I feel like it's not as big. 50's like, you're an old dickhead. Like, everybody
Yeah.
knows that anyway. But now I'm entering baby old dickhead stage in my life.
Pretty much. I feel like at least for a man, 40 isn't so devastating. But for a woman, I feel like, not for every woman, but a lot of women, I feel like that is a hard pill to swallow.
I bet.
30 was like, oh, my youth's over. And then I was like, just kidding. I'm still young. And then you get into 34, 35, 36.
Yeah. Oh, yours will be here before you know it.
Oh, I know.
Big 4-0.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Whatever. You can't stop it, so you might as well embrace it.
No, you definitely can't stop it. I mean, I'm just excited. Like, I got a lot of fun things, planned.
Oh, yeah.
In Key West, which is going to be fun. We've been going to Key West for my girl's birthday is 1 week after mine. So we kind of celebrate, both at the same time. So we've been going to, and all there's to do in Key West is just like drink, eat, drink, and be merry.
Yeah,
and,
that's what I hear. I've
and
never
sweat.
been. Never been.
It's fun. It's fun. You have to go one of these years. We've got a lot of people going for this one too. So it's gonna be a hoot. I was thinking about shipping this bottle down to Key West so I could have it there, during my stay and drink it there. I could.
Oh, you're getting on a plane.
I would have to check the bag.
Oh, I thought you were driving. I'm like, why don't you put it in the car?
No, we're flying.
Yeah.
So I was going to ship it down there, but then I'm worried about what if I don't finish it? And this is a bottle I paid a lot of money for. I want to make sure I finish it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I bought a bottle when I was there. I actually bought an E.H. Taylor small batch, which is kind of the normal one of these. It's still very good. I love E.H. Taylor products.
V.H. Taylor?
E.H. Taylor. Colonel E.H. Taylor. It's a Buffalo Trace product, actually. Okay. But it's a pot still. It's really good. Even the small batch is really good. Not easy to find the small batch either. I happened to find one in Key West, and it was very reasonably priced. It was MSRP. I think it was $70. So I bought it and couldn't finish it because you're drinking. I mean, I drank the whole time, but you're like getting grain train, like pina coladas and like frozen drinks and beers.
Yeah.
It's just not really like a bourbon place.
Yeah.
There might be, and I drank some at home, but it's just like if you want to be out on the street, you want to be drinking,
some fun
beer, like your Jimmy Buffett land. Yeah. You
like Jimmy Buffett?
I do. I grew up with it.
Did you?
I did. Tim, my father, Tim, is a big Jimmy Buffett guy.
Yeah. I didn't realize how big the Jimmy Buffett culture was.
Oh man, huge.
Yeah. My mother's husband is a big Jimmy Buffett fan. And so there was a lot of listening to that. I'm like, how many times can you listen to fucking Margaritaville?
A lot.
I'm like, it's okay. You listen once, but it was like on repeat. And this guy's been a fan for 40 years.
Right.
Like,
there is a section of that boomer class that I think that's all they listen to.
Jimmy Buffett?
Like, that's it. Mm-hmm. I can't think of like the modern day Jimmy Buffett is like Kenny Chesney, I guess. You know who that is?
Yes, he's a country music.
Yeah, but now he's kind of like beach country. Like, he's taken the reins from Jimmy and just ran with, and is finding a very similar career path that he's doing because he's been out of the mainstream a little bit. I don't really hear about Kenny Chesney very much.
I couldn't even like point him out in a lineup.
Yeah, he just looks white. He's just a white guy.
I imagine that.
Cowboy hat and flip flops. I'm pretty sure that's a song.
Bald?
I think he might be bald.
Maybe 45 around that age.
Probably older now.
Okay.
Let's look him up. We have the power. See if you can recognize. He used to date Renee Zellweger. I remember. Here he is. And images. That's him, Anna.
He is bald. He looks familiar. He looks like a slightly better looking version of Jeff Bezos with a cowboy hat, kind of.
Yeah. Cowboy hat and flip flops.
Like hot buff Jeff Bezos, not I just started Amazon.
Yeah.
1992 Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, where he's some nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, all his record labels, he's on the beach and he's got like one of those weird, like, what would you call that? It's like a cowboy style straw hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because he was like a country guy at first. See there, he's just like a normal country guy. All of a sudden, boom, he's country guy with a cowboy straw hat.
Yeah.
And now he's just taking the reins from Jimmy. He's that guy.
Right.
Now. But I think he's doing really well.
Well,
So
God bless him.
I appreciate
God bless
that.
anybody making money these days, doing something new.
It is tough. Can I try the E.H. Taylor libation? Yeah, sure. Find me in Key West, Garrett, and I will get you some for show. Actually, Garrett, if you want a sample of it, let me know. I'll find a way to get you a sample. Yes, you've been very good to us. If you really want to try, I don't know if you're actually a bourbon guy or not, but yeah, just DM me or something. We'll figure something out. We got a few minutes on I'm old dickhead now. Baby old dickhead at 40. So that's exciting. Thanksgiving's and then Christmas is here. Like, oh, by the way, no pressure, and I don't expect anything, but I got your Christmas present.
Oh.
You actually were the first person that I bought for this year.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be here in time. I bought it, and then
is it from China?
I guess, because it's supposed to be here between December 13th and January 16th. So you might not have it.
Is it a new job?
It's a new job. It's in a sweatshop in China. Yes, that's where it is.
Great.
And yeah. So Christmas shopping's got to start soon. We're in the holidays now.
Yeah, and you've been on holidays since Labor Day, because apparently the holidays start right at the end of summer.
That's right. Right.
For you.
Correct.
So.
Yep. End of summer starts Labor Day, and then there is a lot of holidays towards the end of the year.
Yeah. But you go big though, because I know that you're going up to North Carolina.
Yeah.
And doing some
stuff. Potentially.
Okay. All right. Do you have a Christmas Whoa, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Friend.
Uh-huh.
You kind of still have a job at a radio station.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but every year there's a Christmas party.
Yes.
And it's maybe been a bit, I don't want to say awkward this year, just in terms of everything that's happened with maybe Johnny B, with Dizzy, with everyone that works there.
Yeah.
Do you think you will be going to the holiday party this year?
I didn't go last year. I'm not sure if I went the year before either. I don't know. I would say it would have to something crazy would have to happen
for you to go.
For me to go.
Okay.
I would sit it out. I mean, it's fun and all, but I don't know.
I've always had a really great time, but I love those things. I live for those things. And I think the last one I went to was when I did a karaoke. Were you there for that one?
Yeah.
I did. Yeah. Karaoke, got drunk, and
yeah, that was a really fun one.
That was my first good night, because I was in the throes of a breakup.
Yeah.
And that night I was just drunk in front of all of my bosses and my coworkers, just drunk singing a ludicrous song. Now looking back, I'm like, that girl needed that night just to go a little crazy, have a little fun.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, I mean, they are a good time. I don't know. Like, I don't even know if I'll get an invitation this year. My mailbox was gone, so maybe they just assume I don't work there anymore.
And now you have a new one, right?
I got a new one.
It's at the end.
It's probably at the very end, last row, last box on purpose, but I got it back now. So you can mail me things at the radio station too. Hopefully bourbon. That would be good. Yeah, I don't know. What there's a lot of Christmas parties, to it. Actually, there's not really.
Not anymore.
Not really anymore. That's a big one. I go for Julia's work. up to one. That one's always good.
That seems legit. Like they actually
That's
have money to play with and have a good time.
Yep.
I know briefly before we go, we have only a minute left, but didn't you have an article pulled up about people will not be seeing their families this year because of political quarrels?
Oh man, I have a lot of things here. Do you remember where it would
I think it was
be?
towards the bottom, maybe. There it is, maybe.
No,
That maybe.
Oh, is this it?
Something like that, because nobody wants to host.
Nobody wants to host.
Is that because we don't want to see our family members that maybe voted a different way?
I think that probably has something to do with it, for sure. The study of 2,000 U.S. adults who celebrate the winter holidays found that 42% plan to host in the upcoming months, 19% of whom have never hosted before. I mean, I feel like that's about right.
Yeah,
50-50. You either go somewhere or you host. Commissioned by the Honey Baked Ham Company, of course. The survey found that 59% consider hosting guests a tradition of theirs. An additional 41% actually prefer creating new traditions instead of following old established ones. More than half, 52%, said that food plays a big role in developing their tradition. I mean, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
The food is really,
Do you like Thanksgiving food?
Oh yeah. Heck yeah. I'm not a big turkey fan, but I definitely eat
bird,
it.
right?
I definitely eat it on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
73% said ham would likely be the main dish throughout the holiday season. Ham, I don't know. I don't know who's eating ham, but a lot of people apparently.
What part of the pig? Is it the ass?
I looked this up
butt,
once.
Or the butt is actually
the butt is the shoulder. Yeah.
The ham, I think, is the rump. Is that what you call it?
I think
rump
so.
roast?
I think you're right.
I think I've looked up, there'd be like a picture of a pig and it shows you all the parts, because I don't know.
Let's look it up.
Yeah, there
here.
it is. See the pig where you have the ass.
Yeah, the
Who's
leg,
eating the
ham.
head? Actually, you know what? I just answered my own question.
Yeah. So I guess it is the butt, literal butt of the pig. Ham's, I guess it's fine. I don't know. I feel like Christmas ham is more appropriate. Like you should be eating turkey on Thanksgiving, maybe ham. Not a big ham guy either, though. I feel like steaks are great on Christmas. That's going to be my tradition if I ever have a family.
You think
I'm going to cook steaks?
You think you want to be a daddy?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just saying if it happens and I host, I'm cooking steak on Christmas. I like that. That's what I'm going to do.
That's a good tradition.
And, for New Year's, of course, there's the black eyed peas. I don't know if that's why did you quiver when I said black eyed peas?
I thought you said black eye, and then I didn't know where that was going, but then my brain caught up to what you were saying.
Oh man. Black eyed peas and collards. I don't know if that's a regional thing though. Did you do that in California? I think that might be a southern thing only.
Also not. I'm not.
What?
I don't like to appropriate other people's.
I don't think it's just. I thought it was a thing. Yeah, cornbread too. Yeah, that's what you eat. I guess it's a southern thing. I don't know. All right, folks.
Wish Will a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's on Monday. He's turning the big 40. It's exciting and super depressing.
Sure is.
But you know what, Will? Today's the youngest you're ever going to be. So you might as well just buckle up and enjoy it. Because 10 years from now, Will, when you're on your deathbed, you're going to be wishing that you were the age you are now. And I try to remember that. That's why I hang out with people that are 40 years my senior. Because they're like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 37 and a half. And they go, you're an infant.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
little baby. Mama, I need milk. Give me milk, mama. And then you start going.
Yeah, then I never get invited again. But
yeah.
So I think it's good when you hang out with people that are older than you and that live vivacious lives. Not people that are older than you and are like vegetables. But I have a new crew. I don't know if you know this, but a new crew is some with the Radio St. P people.
Yeah.
And I got invited to a dinner on Thursday. And youngest person by 40 years.
Was it at somebody's house?
No, it was at Sea Salt, actually. They're closing, but I just got invited last minute. And
nice.
They just basically kept referring to me as like a child.
Who paid?
Not me.
Okay.
Not me. I mean, I whenever I know I'm not paying, I'm actually a very good guest. I get like the cheapest thing. And
Yeah.
also it was a seafood restaurant. So
Oh, right.
I got a side of Brussels sprouts. And that
Oh,
was it.
yum.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
were actually really fucking good.
I bet.
But yeah, it was great. And just to see vivacious people in their retirement years and that life doesn't stop. Life doesn't
It
stop.
definitely doesn't.
So,
It definitely doesn't.
Excited. And you should be too.
I am. I think I'm gonna get better. I think I'm gonna have abs when I'm 50.
Yeah.
I think so. That's what's gonna happen. Please don't hang out with your family. Don't, let the new president or the old president or whatever interfere with that. That's insane. Just hate your family for normal reasons, and don't see them because, you were molested or something. Don't let it be. Yeah, don't let it be because of who the president is or is going to be. Thank you, Pillow. Thank you, Garrett, for the super chats. Much appreciated. And hmbradio.substack.com. It's going up right now, audio only. You don't have to wait till Sunday at midnight when this podcast comes out. On Radio St. Pete at 6 p.m. on Sundays. Somewhere, I think it's 6, somewhere on Radio St. Pete, 96.7. If you are in the immediate St. Petersburg area, you can find the show on the radio and podcast, iTunes, Stitcher, whatever. You get the free 30-minute show. And then if you just want to wait until Sunday and get it on YouTube and Rumble and Facebook, fine. But Substack is where we want to be eventually. In fact, I saw that you can actually host video there now.
Oh, great.
So that's something we need to look at in the near future. But anyway, go sign up. You can sign up for free. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. Substack, if you sign up, you're going to get the free 30-minute today. The preview today. So that's a little extra benefit to at least go sign up. So you don't have to wait till Sunday. But anyway. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Yep. Happy birthday. You're welcome. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope your dishes are a success, Anna.
Thank you.
Like I said, you just go to Publix and get
that's probably will end up being the plan, but in advance, I got all these crazy ideas.
That's right.
Probably none of them which will happen. But last podcast of your 30s.
Yeah, we won't be here next week. Obviously, we're going to be out of town.
Can you give us like something you learned in the last decade?
Something I learned in the last decade.
Something that kind of defined the decade for you.
Define the decade for me. I would say that the biggest one was never trust a fart. Also, you can change your point of view, the way you think about things, how you feel by drinking. Drinking helps a lot, and it's very underrated. And I think if more people drank, the world would be a better place.
Be less wars.
Less wars.
I
mean, some short-term skirmishes, but less long-term wars.
Because people
forget. And they just get it out. They fight. They maybe argue. Maybe a punch is thrown. And then next thing you know, you go, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
But no nukes.
No nukes. World War III, not happening. If Joe, Donnie, and Vladimir and the other dickhead from Ukraine get together and have some of this delicious beverage here and sat down with a glass, be settled.
Yeah, ain't no war.
Everybody, it would be good. All right. So yeah, I feel like I got something else, but I don't.
No. It just you're having trouble saying goodbye because
I'm having trouble saying goodbye. You
started this podcast when in your 20s or
Oh Jesus. I mean, probably late 20s. Yeah. I mean, we've been doing this a long time. Long motherfucking time, brother.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much. So yeah. And tell a friend about it. Please, God. Share it. Anna, talking to you.
I totally forgot. And you even asked me last week.
Yeah.
I feel like a jerk.
That's all right.
I remembered about 5 minutes ago.
It's good.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. And so we won't see you next week, but we'll be back the week after to wrap up the year. I mean, probably be taking a few weeks off towards the end of the year too.
Not me.
Well, you're welcome to come here and do a stream. That would be awesome.
You'll be gone?
I'll probably be gone. Yeah.
Or drunk.
Oh, I could do a stream drunk. That's not a problem at all.
Hopefully we can squeeze a few more out.
Yeah,
We'll
we
figure it
will.
out.
We definitely will. Thank you all, and good evening.